Hey everyone, this is Sho, and thanks for checking out the video. So I was putting together a video on some upcoming releases, and it sort of made me wonder, hey man, there's a lot of really interesting looking games that came out the past few months that really got no attention or coverage at all. So I decided that rather than looking forward, let's take a look back at 7 strategy games you missed in October and November of 2021. Now, for this video, I want to make it a bit more special, so what I would like for you to do, I want you who are watching this video now to let me know in the comments which of these 7 games looks the most interesting for you. And if this video gets, let's say, 25 likes on the video, then I will get the game and get a TAC review of it done by, let's say, maybe the second week of December. So if that sounds great with you, then do be sure to like the video, let me know in the comments which one you want to check it out, and if you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe. It really means a lot to me, and I love feeling your love that way. So, with that said, let's take a look at 7 strategy games you missed in October and November of 2021. Alright, so for our first slot, we have Mercenaries Rebirth, Call of the Wild Lynx. Now, this came out, I think, mid-November, and it actually released late October in Japan. And yeah, this is, I think, the 6th entry in the long-running Mercenary series, which I think is a series that most strategy gamers are familiar with. For those of you who don't, this is sort of a tactics ogre, Final Fantasy Tactics sort of style, where you're given a series of units that you build over time, and you play on a tactical-based grid where you need to move, act, and defeat enemies on a field of battle. Now, I've played a lot of the older Mercenaries. I haven't played much of the newer ones yet, but this newest entry looks to be quite nice with some perky new visuals, and I think they enhanced quite a few mechanics, adding sort of limit breaks on there as well. Coming in our number 2 slot is a game that honestly just came out of nowhere, and that is Fantasy General 2 Invasion. Now, this was released with its 3 expansion packs, Onslaught, Empire of Flame, and Evolution. Now, this was originally I think a Steam game that was released about 2 years ago and just dropped on the Switch eShop back in October. I honestly get really good vibes from this. It sort of has a Brigandine Legend of Runertia feeling, which is one of my favorite Switch games. With a King's Bounty 2 sort of feel, the game promises 77 different units, hero units, inventory management, tactical terrains, elevation, environments, pretty much everything a strategy gamer enjoys. So definitely getting good vibes from this one. Coming in our 3rd slot, we have Tears of Avia, which is a turn-based strategy and tactics game. Looks like it's cut from the same vein as Tactics Ogre and Final Fantasy Tactics, but it sports a very clear anime aesthetic, which I think is really nice, and lots of people would appreciate that. The game promises 5 different classes, dozens of playable characters to choose from, with unique builds and styles of play. Apparently there are hundreds of different skills to ensure your victory, which is always great. It's nice to have options for that. It also seems to have a branching narrative, so your decisions will likely impact different endings and maybe story maps that you get, which is also something I think gamers in general do enjoy. So coming in our 4th slot is a game that I honestly wish knew I was coming out earlier, and that is Surviving the Aftermath. Now, this game came out late November, and honestly it looks pretty sick. Taking place in a post-apocalyptic future, you need to balance a colony management simulator, as well as exploring a procedurally generated world, which sounds pretty awesome. Obviously, you'll be learning the truth and going through the story mode campaign there, making tough choices, trying to survive what is likely already the end of the world. Definitely getting some kind of, I feel like Fallout mixed with XCOM sort of vibes with this, which is something I can dig, and I'm always a sucker for base management and building simulators in that regard, so combining 2 of those things together is something I personally really enjoy. Now in the 5th slot, we have a game that I had actually mentioned in my November releases video, and that is Airborne Kingdom. Now this was first teased, I think, in the Nintendo Direct back in September, and Airborne Kingdom is basically a steampunk city buildings simulator where you build basically a city in the clouds. Yes, so you'll be soaring through the skies as you focus on quests, gather and manage resources, and try to work to keep your kingdom balanced and make sure that your subjects are happy. Now, it does promise a lot of interesting mechanics. There's a new game plus, there's sandbox modes. You have randomly generated maps that you'll be able to explore, as there is an exploration aspect of the game. You'll also be able to do sort of those nice Civ 5 diplomatic missions where you'll be able to trade and barter with cities on the ground. So overall, it definitely seems like a very strong city builder that we seem to be lacking on the Switch. So our 6th and 7th slots are going to be a little unique, as we're going to be looking at expansions that have come out for previous games released. And in our 6th slot, we have Legend of Keepers, Return of the Goddess, which is the first expansion to the Career of a Dungeon Manager, which was originally released, I think, in April of 2021. Now, the base game, we were taking the role of a dungeon manager, tasked by our evil master to protect their vault and their loot from the pesky heroes. We would employ monsters, traps, and much, much more to stop them from getting our stuff. Now, this expansion here adds a new master, new missions, new environment, and much, much more. I didn't have the pleasure of playing the original game, but this has always been sort of on the back of my mind, taking a look, and the expansion now seems like a great time to be able to check out some of the new features for it. Coming in our 7th and final slot, we have everyone's well-known Kingdom 2 Crowns releasing their Norse Lands expansion pack. Now, if you're familiar with 2 Crowns already, you know that this game is honestly such an amazing art piece in the strategy gaming community. It's simple in its mechanics, but incredibly complex in its strategy and design, and I absolutely adore this game. Now, the Norse Lands expansion is going to be adding new campaigns inspired by the Norse Viking culture, so you'll be able to interact with the Norse gods. You'll have your citizens who will be able to focus on their warrior culture. You'll be able to sit on top these mighty Norse steeds and basically deal with a all-new weather effect system that will definitely have you thinking your new approach for this game. Alright everyone, thank you for making it to the end of the video. There you go, 7 strategy games that you missed in October and November of 2021. Now, again, let me know which one in the comments you would like to hear most about, and if we can get 25 likes on this video, I will definitely produce a TAC review of it ASAP. It's going to go straight on my priority list. Also, I just want to mention that I do have social media. I have a Twitter and an Instagram. Usually on the Instagram, I'm posting sort of, obviously, visuals and pictures of some of the cool Japanese-specific releases you get with games. And on my Twitter, I do try to keep up to date with news coming out of Japan for some of the games that have been out. For example, Monarch has actually gotten a lot of information coming out regarding new promotions and campaigns that are running in Japan. So please feel free to check me out on social media. Be much appreciated. I think in the future, I would like to start putting polls for these sort of things as well. So definitely want to check that out. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. If you haven't already, please be sure to like, subscribe, and comment for this video. Again, I always appreciate the love you guys send. And yep, take care. See you next time. Cheers.